We just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm pissed tonight, frankly.
Okay, she is pissed and she is mad, everybody. Fox is pissed and Fox is mad. What a complete fascist clown show over there at Fox. Hey, everybody, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. I want to show you right now how Fox has responded to two big news stories from Tuesday. First, how they responded to Senator Raphael Warnock winning the runoff in Georgia, and now Democrats having a 51 to 49 seat majority in the Senate. And then I want to show you how Fox has responded to incredibly big news where Donald Trump's company, the Trump Organization, was convicted on 17 felony counts in Manhattan court earlier in the day on Tuesday. And the jury deliberated in less than 10 hours to find the Trump Organization to be guilty. And a former president's company is now a convicted felon. So first, though, let me show you the Fox response to Senator Raphael Warnock being declared the winner by AP. Let's watch their call.
Etc.
Well, I'm going to say that that's where you find the people. That's where they live. And Laura, right now, we're relying on the Associated Press to give us these numbers. And right now, the Associated Press has just given the check mark to Raphael Warnock. He's going back to the U.S. Senate as the winner of this runoff against Herschel Walker, right now at 50.4% to Walker's 49.6%. Raphael Warnock has won the runoff in Georgia 4 weeks after we held the midterms in 2022, which in effect, Laura, gives you the balance of power now in the Senate. Democrats at 51, Republicans at 49.
And you can see when they're doing that call, like just how angry they are, how not a news organization they are to have to deliver this news. And now I'm going to show you the full clip of where Laura Ingraham says that she is pissed. Play the clip.
Molly, you and I talked about this about a week ago. We felt this coming. To me, it never felt like the Senate Republicans wanted this guy in office. He was a Trump pick. They didn't like that. They probably like him as a person, Herschel as a person. But there wasn't the intensity on the part of the Republicans as there was on the part of the Democrats. I felt it. You felt it. But we don't change anything. We have the same people in place in leadership, same people in place apparently at the RNC. Perhaps that's not changing. We just keep doing the same thing over and over again. I'm pissed tonight, frankly. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's really offensive.
I'm mad.
For Republican voters, for Republican donors who have put so much into having some wins, and they just see kind of failure across the board. There aren't people who are working on early voting or banking ballots. There's no clear messaging. I mean, you look at what happened since the midterm elections, where you had a Senate that basically responded to those disappointing midterm losses by doing nothing other than sabotaging their own base. What is the case for voting Republican for the Senate after these midterms? I don't think one was even attempted to be made. And yeah, nothing seems to be changing. But you didn't see a lot of enthusiasm down there. Of course, the spending was completely
3-1.
It was just.
Look at how close it was, though. I mean, in the end, what did we say? This was winnable, Kellyanne. I know you don't want any change. You want Ronna McDaniel. I like Ronna McDaniel. Isn't this like a warning sign flashing, or are we just going to keep doing the same thing all over again every single election?
Well,
Kevin McCarthy won the House. He won the House.
Yes, he did. And we were outspent 3-1 here.
Why?
There's no excuse in Georgia for us not to have done what Brian Kemp did. Yes, he's the incumbent governor. He's very popular. He's running against Stacey Abrams. But he turned out over his micro-targeting plan, his grassroots people, and I guess Mitch McConnell's group funded it. But they did that in the last couple of days.
He funded it?
4 weeks ago.
Did Mitch McConnell appear down there?
You know, when Laura Ingraham is pissed, that usually means almost always that I am very happy. And here I am very happy that a pro-democracy, competent candidate who fights for America, who fights for the people of Georgia, was elected over the incompetent and the completely unqualified Herschel Walker. Now I want to show you the reactions I got to show you this one. This is Kellyanne Conway and going back and forth from Laura Ingraham, where Laura Ingraham goes, Well, the reason that we're losing is because we're being told not to vote early and we're told not to participate in voting. And Kellyanne Conway tries to protect herself. And she's like, well, I never said that. Here, play the clip.
Of candidates this time. He was out there working hard, but we need to not just compete for votes, for ballots. We need to compete for ballots. If we don't bank ballots early, we're going to keep losing.
But we didn't.
But we didn't.
But we didn't do it in 2020 because everyone said don't vote early because that's corrupt.
Not everyone.
Well,
Yes,
a lot of people did at the very top of the Republican Party.
Yes,
you didn't.
People did.
But Molly,
And
Mitch McConnell did give 11 million to the.
All right. So what do you think that Fox and the Rupert Murdoch companies, what do you think they were talking about today after the Trump organization is convicted, after Senator Raphael Warnock prevails and Democrats take control over the Senate? Two very big stories, right? Do you think Fox is going to cover it? No, because they are not a legitimate news network. So here's what Fox, they start talking this morning about Obama and the 2009 Fast and Furious. Remember they just always talked about Fast and Furious this, Fast and Furious that. We need congressional investigations. They literally started talking about that. Here, put this up and you can see that the images. This is what they focused this morning on. Now, the Fox lead story of 10 a.m., though, was Twitter lawyer terminated, that Elon Musk terminated a Twitter lawyer because the Twitter lawyer at the time took down images of Hunter Biden's genitals and wouldn't keep the dick pics up, and that this is a major scandal that the Biden campaign, when Biden was not even the president, reached out in October of 2020, like every private company does, like every organization does when they reach out to Twitter or other social media companies and make takedown requests. By the way, what Trump was doing as well. This is the biggest scandal right now for Fox and the Rupert Murdoch empire. Twitter lawyer terminated. Oh my God, an in-house lawyer was fired. Oh my God, Americans should really care about that. Oh my God, see, that's what they were talking about. Now here is their lead story at 11 a.m. Social media suppression. Social media suppression. Oh my gosh. How dare Twitter not post Hunter Biden's genital photos and revenge porn? How dare they not do that? What a scandal that is. And that's literally what right-wing media is completely focused on now. Here's the lead story on the Fox website. Nothing about Warnock, nothing about the Trump organization being convicted of 17 felony counts. It goes, the Terminator. Elon Musk delivers the ultimate punishment to lawyer implicated in Twitter files. Russia collusion hoax. Russia collusion hoax? What in the world are y'all talking about? It is so bizarre. What a strange and bizarre echo chamber. Oh, and this isn't Fox, but this is the New York Post front page today. Mind you, New York Post, owned by Rupert Murdoch, purports to be the paper of New York City. And I wonder if there was a big story that took place in New York City on Tuesday. Maybe the Trump organization, the company that's led by a former president, was convicted on 17 felony counts. Should that make the cover? No. Inside job, Democratic lawyer secretly blocked release of internal Twitter files. The Twitter file scandal. What in the world is this MAGA extremist echo chamber even talking about here? And it's why this platform at the MeidasTouch network is so important, and why at the end of these videos, I don't just want to expose the dangerous stupidity that exists in this right-wing echo chamber where they spread issues like this, but I always want to take it back and talk about the issues that are most important to Americans. And what we need to be talking about over and over again is issues like healthcare and making healthcare accessible to Americans and reducing prescription drug prices. We need to be talking about education and how we make education accessible and affordable. We need to be talking about jobs. How do we make sure that Americans have better paying jobs, jobs with dignity, and that they have better working conditions. I want to talk about real freedoms here, like a woman's freedom over her body, or the freedom of people to marry who they want to marry without a MAGA extremist using the government to try to interfere with the marriage of people in the LGBTQ plus community and otherwise attacking the LGBTQ plus community. Those are things that we want to talk about here in the pro-normal, pro-democracy community, while the MAGA extremists want to talk about Twitter files that in October of 2020, before the election, Twitter wouldn't post photos of Hunter Biden's genital. What are we talking about here? A big day for democracy yesterday, and you see the pettiness, the juvenileness, and frankly, how incompetent this Fox echo chamber is. It is despicable. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers thanks to your support. And in addition, check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Consider becoming a patron of the MeidasTouch community, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. There's lots of exclusive content you can only get there, but most importantly, help grow this independent media platform. Until next time, I'm Ben Meiselas.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs, It Wasn't Rigged, You're Just a Loser, at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.